and sound level before the film begins.
Live chat. Then I have to go here.
This leader is provided to permit the projectionist to complete adjustment of focus and sound level before the film begins.
Share. Copy. Close admin. Check 1, 2. Okay, we gotta get back to the jam here. All right, what do we gotta do here? Check 1, 2. This looks right. See how this goes. What am I doing here? I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing. Holy shit. Verizon, you dirty dog. Verizon, what the fuck are you doing? All right, I got stuff I got crap I gotta do here. So I don't know if I have any viewers in here or not. Hello, hello. Happy Friday to all of you out there. If anybody's watching right now, if you're just joining us or if you're watching this later, anyone can, subscribers can comment. Anyone that wants to comment can comment. Let's see what I got going on there. I should have like the screen up while. Just make sure I got this right. Okay, we're good. I think we're good. Let's go right onto the main screen. Switch over here. Hang tight. Spy, baby. Dude, what is going on? Like, I'm missing. Map. What in the fuck is going on here? Deactivate. Sweet. Okay, we're back again. Hey, what's up, Ergo? I can see you. Good morning, Ergo and Brian Smith. How are you? Sorry if you're just joining me right now. See if I'm gonna see if I can post this inside of Discord. One quick second here, dude. What is going on with this? I don't know. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this chat. I think I allowed everyone to comment this morning, so let's start with this here. I got some weirdness. I had to like sign out and then sign back in for just YouTube and not Twitch today. I don't know what is going on with this. Yeah, I've got some wonkiness going on with the stream in the background. So I don't know what the fuck is going on. Okay, this is the third, hey, what's going on, Kamel? How are you? Good to be back. So this is, we're going to start this stream because I have another meeting at 12 p. Well, I don't know if I have a meeting with Quinn and Joe, but I have another meeting too at around 12 that I have to get to between 12 and 4. So I'm going to make this short and not short and sweet, but probably an hour, hopefully an hour, hour and a half, 2 hours, something like that. And we'll do like the third part of this series of recorded videos for members inside the Discord. The first one that I made was on, I don't remember, it was the 27th or 28th, something like that. And then another one on, I believe, the 15th. I'm not sure. This is going to be the third and final video, I think, in that series. But we have a lot to go over. As a finale to the series as well. So we're going to get right to it. And we're going to take a look around the market. I guess the big question is this the end of the correction? This is the SPY right now. Is this the end of the correction for the SPY? It's likely not. And we're going to go, let me see if I can go to a full screen here. I got some stuff I got to do here in the background. See if I can go to a full screen. Perfect. Hey, what's going on? What's going on, Fuck Virgies Media? Ross Rocks, what's going on? Good to see you too. So we're just going to get started right now. I can be here for 2 hours, something like that, like 12 o'clock, somewhere around there. Yeah, good to see you too. Voice is doing much better. So we're going to look, this is take the third part of a private video series for Discord. We did one video, I think, 2 or 3 weeks ago. We did another video last weekend, I believe. And then this is going to be the final one. I don't have the time to actually do this video over the weekend. So Saturday and Sunday, I can't make this video. And I stopped live streaming this week. After Monday's close, I was having nothing to do with the live stream this week, going into that close on Monday. Would have lost a lot of money. So I was like, if this goes up into the bell, we're going to stop the live stream for the week, take a vacation. I have other shit I got to do too. I've got kids going back to school, and I have some brokerages that I have to switch over to a prime bank, and I've got a bunch of crap like tutoring, all kinds of stupid stuff, getting ready for school. So it's like, you know what? Take the time, take the week off, and we'll come back and just do that video for the weekend. So this is going to be the last video for the members only inside the Discord in regards to a correction or a corrective action. So we're going to look at, I was looking at this one, we're going to look at the trigger screen first. We're going to take a look around the market here. Now, what I first said to you this morning was, is the correction over? This is ES right now. It likely is not. It's possible that it is, but it's likely that it's not. We still haven't tagged this lower zone. If we were to tag this today, it'd be 430. 430 0475 on ES. On SPY, and we're going to look at next week too and see. We're going to look at next week and see. We are trading right now above the 1 and 5 minute. We've been selling off of. This half hour right here. I want to show you this. So this half hour on ES we've been selling off, and this full hour we've been selling off as well. We're on the 30-minute chart right now. No, 30-minute here. Still haven't hit the lower target down below here. So for this week, for today, it's 126 on SPY. I still believe that we get there, even if we were to pull up today to 435 or 438, or even if we were to trade up to 444, 443 zone I still think we have more down to go, and I'm going to show you why here in just a moment. Why I think we can actually get down into this zone. We're going to go over, but we got to go over a bunch of stuff this morning. So I guess I got to get right into it, as it's all rolling through my brain right now. And I'm like, I got to get through a ton of crap today. So we're going to go through a ton of crap today. One other concern that I have here. Let me see if I can switch charts here. Give me one quick second here. Give me just one quick second. We have so much stuff to go through. It's not even funny. I don't know why I wasn't on the 30-minute chart there to begin with. No. Give me one quick second here. T4 daily chart. Let's have that one. Okay. So we're going to take a look at SPY here. Just going to bring this up. Whoa. So this is the T4 daily chart. So this chart right here is what I use to see to see if we're crashing, if we're correcting. So when I made that first video, I was like, hey, if you wake up to a correction, I don't know if it's to the daily or to the weekly, don't be surprised, right? Don't be surprised if you wake up one day this week and we start correcting. We corrected onto the daily, and now we're correcting down to the weekly. One positive right now is that the daily trigger is not violently following price. That's a positive. HYG and the overnight looked really good as well. So we're not seeing quite yet like, hey, we're going to crash. It's still just corrective at this point. We are also still inside of trend to the upside. So there's nothing here saying that we've broken trend or anything like that. We have caught a bid below the lower extremity range. Let's see if I can show this to you guys. The lower extremity range right now, we're catching a bid on SPOOs right now, right? But even so, would not be shocking to come back down here and test this or even trade sideways for a little while before resuming an upside move. Now, there are some things we have to look at about this correction that are concerning to me. And we've got an even lower low here of 423.27. And the monthly is coming up right now. It's at 406. Hold on, I gotta turn this shit off. Hold on a second here. I don't know what the fuck is going on. Hold on a second here. I gotta turn off this financial juice here. So I got a whole bunch of questions. Like Twitter's saying they're pro now or something. I don't know what's going on. Twitter also like kicked me out of Twitter and then sent me back in with like an old tweet deck from like a year ago or something like that today. There is some concern here. Not concern for crash, but concern that we're not done going down. Even if we trade higher and reject lower here, but there are some concerns. The first one that I have for a concern here is this daily trigger. This daily trigger is now broken negative, and unless it begins to actually turn around, there could be some more down to go before even an attempt to go higher. Another issue here is this is September, right? This is October, and September is seasonally. In October, we have some and sometimes November too. We have some seasonally down time of the year, right? So the next question becomes the window for bulls is pretty much over. It's not over, but it's pretty much over. It's in a month, but it's August 18th, right? So we could have a strong fall, but I'll tell you what, it does not. When we broke down here and confirmed this right here, this is normally where the dip would get bought for that continuation into the fall months. That did not happen, right? And we're going to roll this into the JPM collar at some point as well. The implications with the collar on end of quarter. We're going to take a look at that today in a few moments. So my point stands here. When I look at previous examples here, in the background, once we break that 0 line on daily velo, right, it's normally not like 1 or 2 ticks. Do you see what I'm saying? You see it takes time over here, and now that we've broken down in here, I have the same expectation at this point that even if this gets bought, even if this goes up, that we're likely not done going down. Okay, make any sense? Likely not done going down, and likely have some work to do to the upside if there even is in a failure for continuation down into the fall months. So very concerning for bulls here. Not so concerning if they had held the daily trigger. More concerning that they broke the daily trigger at this time in the year. Very concerning for where the upside targets are right now. This will likely trigger down the road more panic for bulls. Not quite yet, but likely will down the road. So someone asked me yesterday, hey, are we going to crash here? And no, I don't think that we do crash here, but I do think it sets up for some major failures heading into the year. You can kiss the 4,800 goodbye right now. I'll explain all the numbers for you with the JPM caller and for Q4 what the expectations would be. We have a magnet now down below at 420. And so I would expect that we might not tag it exactly, but it's going to draw us in like a tractor beam heading into next month. And if that tractor beam is there into the end of quarter, then you're talking about, like 480 goes away, and then you start thinking about Q4, and you're like, if we're trading 420, 430, can you really get to 480 in Q4? The onus leaves the bulls at that point. And you start to wonder it's just the same thing, right? If you held the daily trigger and you had higher, then bulls are in control. At this point, you start to look at end of year and start to look at the weakness that comes in to early spring, and you go, maybe not. 4,800, that's a little out of reach at that point. So we're going to take a look at the JPM caller today. SPX, we're going to talk about the quarters, the expectations on the quarters and that kind of stuff as we move forward. So just right here. Watching this daily velo down here, not good. Usually does not. You can see it right here, right? You've got your initial bounce down, and you have more death to come, right? So you get your bounce down, and then you have a little bit more, right? And you start to try to climb back. And that does take some time. If you look at that, that's May right there. That's March right there. Talking 2 months of climbing back just to fail again heading into the new year would be the expectation there. And also, we haven't hit the 0 line on weekly at this point. So if this kind of lines up where weekly velo goes back down to 0, then that would make some more sense to me down here. If we're going to get down here, might as well come swoop down in here on daily velo. This is SPY, by the way. Okay, even though you're seeing a bid right now. So anyways, at this point, right? At this point right now, it does not look good for bulls heading into Q4. So we're going to talk about Q4. We're going to talk about some other. Give me one quick second here. Next, we're going to talk about, so you kind of have that idea right there, right? The next thing that you have to be looking at is the market breadth, the PMO, and also PPO. So we're going to take a look at SPOOs right now on this chart, right? And I want to direct your attention somewhere specifically. So you can see right here, maybe I'll see if I can make this larger for you. So if you take a look on market breadth right here, we're at 13.9. Depending on who you're talking to, when breadth hits 30, you have risk of a liquidation event in the market. As soon as you hit 21, 22, which was earlier in the week, I believe that was on Monday or Tuesday, we hit 18 or 19 or something like that. And I called Joe Donut up, and I was like, I texted him or called him, and I go, I was like, we're at 21, I think. And I was like, we're going to trigger a liquidation. Guaranteed. And we did trigger that liquidation down to 13.9. Now the question is 13.9 the bottom? I've seen liquidations go as far as 6 or 7. So do I think we're done here? Yeah, it looks like a bottom in terms of the market breadth. It looks like it's a bottom. We have a little bit more to go. But what is the expectation, too? We're going to talk about that once we get to the collar and the Q4 kind of stuff. And there's one other thing to be looking at here, and that is the zero line for PPO and PMO. So we've got PMO or PMO breaking down below negative here. We still have these orange or these purple bars down here are indicating that we're still bearish. Okay, and then this PPO above here, we still have white under orange. There's been no crossover yet for bulls. So are we done down here becomes a question, and I don't know that that is the case. There could be more down to come. Next thing so we got PPO, PMO saying, still not bullish yet. We've got market breadth saying, yeah, we're close. 13.9 is like horseshoes and hand grenades, pretty close, but still not. Let me tell you a second here. Let me get rid of some of these. Still not exactly. Hold on a second here. I gotta close some of this stuff for you guys. Still not exactly where it should be. Still not answering what it should be. Now we're gonna take a look at SPX. Let me get us thinking a daily chart here. No, that's SP. Perfect. So here's SPX right here. I want to talk to you about the collar, okay? And I want to show you guys, if you were to do like 1, 2, 3, and 4, right? And then you've got 1, 2. Let's see if I can do that better. 3 and 4 right here, right? So you can see here where when we came into 2, right here, you see 2 and 3 right there. Try so we can get this right. See that right there? That dip got bought, right? Double bottomed, started cranking higher, and this is a quarter right here. This is your Q2 right here, okay? And your Q2, we continued higher, started blasting up, right? Tagging the upper extremity of the JPM collar, right? Yahoo, everything is awesome, right? Just cranking into that JPM collar. I want you to pay attention to this one down here, this 2-3. And then I want you to pay attention to this one right here, right? And I want you to see that we didn't get that double bottom in here, did we? We didn't get that second dip buy right there for that continuation up into end of Q3. Right? So if you've got an expectation, I have an expectation. I was like, hey, if they buy that daily trigger, the plan is still on for upside. So that's the first thing I want you to pay attention to right there. That did not happen, right? We did not get that. We got selling on that Thursday and on Tuesday of last week, and we started raining down into this week right here, right? So it begs the question. It begs the question into the end of third quarter. Hey, can we trade that 46.65 on SPX? And, you know, that's a long way to go, man. And we don't even have a month and a half. We got a month and, 10 sessions or something, 8 sessions maybe, to get up here and tag that upper extreme. Another issue that's happening right now is that the JPM 929 long puts at 42.10 become kind of a tractor beam. They will repel as well, right? As we get closer, it'll want to bounce and fail to hit that exact target, but then it'll sometimes bounce around down in here into the end of quarter. So there's some concern here. There's concern. We just looked at breadth. We just looked at PPO, PMOs, and we looked at market breadth. We looked at PPOs, PMOs, and then we looked at the velocity in the market. And it's kind of saying, yeah, even if we come up here, does that mean, is that kind of like, yeah, we're going to trade down here? we're going to have some kind of a failure maybe up here, right? We trade up here. We start trading this zone into end of quarter in here, right? Even if we were to come up into end of quarter, right, and close the gap on high here, it still begs the question into that quarter if we have that magnet on down here into quarter. If that is the case, where, hey, we're not going back to make a new high end of quarter, like if we're not up here trading this stuff in end of Q on a quarter up here, right, you can kind of kiss off that 48 target for December 31st, right? You're not even, like, you can just kiss that away. You can kiss that away. And you have to start to, as a bull, think to yourself, maybe we'll be lucky if we fail this right here. And then start to think about, yeah, you know, if it's end of year, something like that. Now you start to question if all of these targets come down even more. And the real scary part here is heading into end of year is sorry. The real scary part here is if you have the bullish thesis, right? If you have the bull thesis and you come up in the end of this quarter and you trade this 466.5 on SPX, right? You pin and hold this, right? Yeah, we get that fall weakness, and then we blast up there for first of the year, right? And you're like, yeah, this is all bullish, bull case intact. Blast down for the winter months. Maybe in April have another low, and then we're off and running, right? Now, if you don't get this stuff here, does the bull case stay valid? Fuck no, it doesn't. You can't come back up. You can't come up here, like break it, like smash to try to attempt to trade the previous highs and fail to do it. If you come in to the end of this year and even fail to get a new high on from 2021, it's going to be viewed and looked at as a weak market, right? It's going to be viewed as, hey, we didn't even get a new high, and instead of looking down towards 4,200 or 4,000 or 38, maybe we're looking at a retest of the lows of 2022, that 34.50 or possibly even lower. You know, the moves like this, looking at stuff like this being subdued, can have an impact on the greater thesis for bulls and for the market at large. You're not gonna, if you're a bull, you need to go into the end of this quarter and be like, yeah, we failed. We failed the previous high. No big deal up here, right? And we're gonna get the new high though into December 1st. You have to hit those metrics. Can't be breaking down like we did over here. If I'm assuming at this point that bulls out there are saying, yeah, I don't know. Even myself, I'm questioning, yeah, do I even buy? Do I roll into this dip down here for a move higher into end of quarter? Do I do that, right? Do I wait maybe for some more damage coming in the late winter time to buy the market? Like put that kind of risk on, like big money, big six figures into this. I'm having question marks right now on it. Real question marks. And to further that point, if we do go up and make that high up here for the JPM collar, I'll be like, yeah, that feels kind of good. I like that there. Even if this comes back down, then I would consider maybe February or something. But at this point, I'm starting to have some questions here on the bull thesis. If they can actually get this done by end of quarter, if they can actually bring this up here for end of quarter, and if they can actually bring this one up here to end of year and tag that 4,800 into end of year. It starts to call into question this kind of stuff over here, right? Do you get this? Do you get that? Bulls got to get this stuff. They don't have a choice, right? Like you're not going to like roll into February and say, yeah, we're going to have a down February. Going to roll this market over, and you might see like 42 or 38 or something like that with this move right here. So this definitely working against the bulls right now. velocity working against the bulls right now. PPO, PMO working against the bulls right now. And the only thing bulls have going for themselves right now is an oversold bounce. We have the market breadth indicator saying, yeah, we're at 13.6. We could get out of 6 or 7 or something like that. We know there's a liquidation event that takes place when we get under 21. And are we done going down here? Possibly not. And even if we do get that bounce, is it real? And PPO, PMO saying no. Velocity saying no. The only thing saying yes right now, and even the JPM caller is like, hey, man, come on down and see 420. So the question becomes, is this going to be a real bounce? Is it sustainable? How high does it go? Hey, buddy, what's going on? How's everybody doing? I haven't seen news by Evergrande. Hey, what's going on? VIX effery into OPEX into the Euro close. Yeah, we have like a ton of, because end of month, because end of month we've got a bunch of, I don't know if it's VIX fuckery, but it's just, we're short gamma, I think. The market's short gamma, so could be wrong on that, but I think that they are. Let's go back to this 1 minute chart here. Bring that over for you. So we're going to take a look at, excuse me. We're going to take a look at, excuse me. We're going to take a look at SPY right now on a 15-minute chart here. Hold on 1 second here. Let me delete all that. There's the big purple up top. So the price target down below right now, for this week, right? If they could get it done today, the price target for today is 426.10. Okay, so that was the price target for this week for the weekly trigger down below here. Give me 1 quick second here. And if they don't get that trigger this week, it's going to be 432 into next week. So, or 428 to 432, I believe. It's 428 for next week. 1 quick second here. There's the target for today. There's the target for next week. 445.14. This is the major point of rejection to the upside. 443. I got this right. 445.30 right here. So this would be where bears want a rejection on any kind of a, yeah, we got an oversold bounce, rejection trade. These are where the bears are, where the sellers are, right up in here. Did I spell that wrong? I might have spelled that wrong. This is the reject. I think I spelled that wrong. Hold on 1 second here. Let me get rid of that. We're going to leave it for right now. So the rejection trade above is at 445.13 right now. We also are coming into some resistance currently on the half hour at 435.88. So right here, there's going to be rejection right where we are right now. Going to make that one gray. It's the one we've been selling off, by the way, the entire way down. 437.43. And there's another one right here. I'm going to bring this up for you. This green and gray bar is where we've been selling off. Like every reversal has happened right in here to the downside. So projections here are like this. If you're buying a dip on this morning, right? If you're buying a dip down here, let me get back over here to a 5-minute. So just in here, this is a place for you to take profit, right? And you're going to be looking, if you're a bull, you're going to be looking for the algos to send you higher, a confirmation trade, and then you can long this up to 445. Second here. To 445.13, right up in this zone right here. So if you have a question about, hey, are we done going down, Cap? Is the correction over? The only way that the correction goes over, I'm going to show you, I'm going to switch over right now and show you how you know if the correction is over. Hey, Cap, is the correction over is the question, right? So we're going to go over to this screen right here. Are we actually going to tag that, Cap? Yes, no, I want to know. What's the answer, Cap? And I'm going to draw it out for you. I want you to snip this screen and keep it for yourself, and then come back and ask me next week during the live stream. So I'm going to show you how you know if correction is over. Wait a second here. You're going to be, I like seeing that hold up there. There's that yellow line right there. This one's going to turn around. Make that a little bit darker right there. And you would need to see price break above, right? Hold this 437, right? Remember, the confirmation on the hourly is key, right? If it starts to make its way higher, you can enter that trade. Take this trade above, right, to 443. You would exit your long. Even if we break higher, you could possibly take that trade on its own. Take the money and run in here. But then you're looking for some kind of a consolidation and a move higher. This is only time we know that correction is over, right in here. If price gets above the daily trigger, the hourly trigger, and confirms the move higher, correction is over. So 443, 445 is going to be a major zone, right? So we're going to come back over here real quick, and we're going to look at the Webull full chart. And so what would be the implication here? So this is coming into next week, right? If you're like Super Bull and you're like, hey, Cap, correction's over, we're going to go up there and we're going to do our thing. No big deal, right? You're going to be looking at some point, right, for price to get above the daily trigger, right, and then begin to bounce and start to head higher. And you're going to be looking for this hourly trigger to come up and tell that same story, right? You'll have the 4 trigger cluster, and correction is over. Wipe the tears, wipe the sweat off your face, whatever it is for you. If it was good for you, if it was bad for you. If you're a bull and you're like, yeah, I just want it to go up. If you're a bear out there and you want to, if you're like, hey, Cap, I don't think the correction is over, I'm with you, we're going to keep going down. You are also looking for this. You want to, if we get up here and you start to see the bounce and it starts to go higher, you know exactly where to put your stops in, right? They're above this 450 mark, right? And you will be entering shorts again up here at this 450, 445, 443, 445 in here, 443, somewhere in this vicinity, so you can begin to take this back down again. Another note for you if you're a bear is you don't want to see the hourly break above the daily trigger. You'd prefer to see it stay down here. Watch the bulls come up here and squeeze this higher, right? Oversold, yahoo, bulls doing it. Hourly doesn't follow, comes back down, and boom, gets stuck underneath, and we start selling down, down, down once again. So take some snapshots of this right here. The extremity to the downside for this week, for today, is 426. If there is a failure here into the close, be looking for that 426 down here into this bell. If they can't get it this week, I'm going to be looking for a failure to get down here into the end by end of Friday of next week. So this is what you need to know if you're a bull. You need to get above 443, 445, defend it, It's not good enough to squeeze above it, right? We already know that. Can't squeeze above. Start breaking down again. You have to like confirm that you're going higher to put risk on in this market. So bulls, even if this is a bottom, even if this is the bottom, you have no trade. That's confidence in this market until you retake 445 and begin to trade higher. 443, 445, someone here, and start confirming it, and then start heading higher like nothing ever happened. You need that. Now, saying that, bulls, if you do start to trade higher than this 443 and it's like nothing ever happened, I'm going to question for you, you don't have a lot of time. I'm going to tell you that this whole purple zone up here, right? These sellers are going to attempt to come in and sell you down. 452, 456, 460. They do not want you getting up here. You need a catalyst to begin to trade above up here. So we already know there's major sellers here. The first band of major sellers. You have 3 bands of major sellers above you. The first band we failed, and now you've got to retake that band, get rid of those sellers, then hit the second band above. Right now for bulls, I'm telling you, if you're a bull out there, right, the thesis of 480 by end of year, it's on really shaky ground. And if that starts to bleed into this market, right, if that starts to bleed into sentiment, I'm going to tell you, man, like right now, right? So I had sell triggers, I think, on Monday or Tuesday. I called Joe Donut up, and I was like, I just had an alert that I have not had. It just popped up. It's like one of my alerts for the triggers said, sell it all. Sell everything. And start hedging the market. So when that alert was sent to me, I'm going to assume here that like putting that major money into the market, like right here, questionable for what does it produce, right? Does it go up to 470, 480? We're at 435. Is there time at 432, 428? Is there actually time to get to 480 by end of year? That's a tough call, man. Tough call. If we'd bounced on that daily trigger, I'd say, fuck yeah, we're gonna keep going higher. Right here, right now, it's getting questionable. It looks like we're gonna trade 420-ish. I don't think we actually tag it. Might tractor beam to it, but 420-ish to that 430, 445, somewhere in there, and then we start legging down into first of the year, February, something like that. Now, for that thesis to change, right, for us to be like, yeah, we're going to go to that 480 in a year, there's the big bad boy right there. This is the big bad boy right here that needs to be overcome. So now, if you're a bull and you're like, hey, we got up here, Cap, you were wrong, we're going higher here, woohoo, truly, before end of this quarter, you must be above 459.92, like hanging tough. Like old school, is it NKYTB or something like that? New Kids on the Block, NKOTB. For bulls. So just anywhere you guys already know about all this purple up here, you know what this represents, and you know what's above it. Your next target up here is this 466, 469, 470. This is end of quarter right here. You want to tag that by end of quarter. Roll this bad boy over after end of quarter or near end of quarter if you're a bull, and then attempt to buy a dip down below to attack that 4,800, that new all-time high for end of year, to have a better look for 2024. U.S. economy is strong. You're saying the catalyst is not strong enough. I think it comes down to, I see that question. Let's go back to SPX really quick. Come on, SPX. So I think the question comes back to right here. For that bull thesis for 2024, right? you really do. The thesis, you can see it right here, right? I want you to draw your attention back here, right? You have the failure. Let me show you this here. I'm trying to explain this better to you. So I want you to see this original failure right here. I'll tag this one right here, right? You got the first failure. Hold on a second here. I don't know why that's not working. I want you to draw your attention right here, okay? And I want you to see this right here. You expect failure up here, right? So right there, right? You expect failure right there, right? We talked about this before it failed. I'd done a video with you and said, yeah, you're going to expect, we're kind of topping in here, right? And you're going to expect sellers to naturally come in here. You're going to expect the Michael Burrys to come out and say, you're going to expect these big guys like Michael Burrys to come out, and they're going to tell you I'm short. They're going to tell you I'm short here. They're going to tell you that they're short here, so that they're not looking like they're a broken clock, right? They want to come out at specific times and say, I'm short, because they know that we're coming into these three places, right? We sold right here, right? But you're expecting this to hold to then attack the second one right here, right? Hold that, tag that one, take out all these sellers, and then for the end of year way over there, you're expecting that last little rip higher, right? All-time high, end of 2023. Everybody's fist pumping, and they bang the market really low for end of winter. But you have made these, you've broken through these sellers back here. You can't like roll off these things and not recover for the next bunch, because that shows you the will of buyers. Will of buyers right now is looking pretty sketchy, right? Like we came up here, and the buyers are like, nah, we suck, right? We suck. We're going way lower down here. You see it? So you're kind of at that place where, I'm telling you, we're kind of at that place where you start to wonder if you can actually get that high at this point. So big key indicator here. If you're a bull, big key indicators here, bringing question into the will of bulls. Can they actually get up here? Can they then attack this second one? Is this second one still viable at this point? What do you say? Wannabe Diamond Hands. So I think I just answered Wannabe Diamond Hands' question. I saw his question there just a moment ago. So it does bring in to question, can we go higher? So the last thing that I would say here would be, if you get above, right, we talked about that 445, 443. If you start to trade higher, I'll entertain that move above, right? But otherwise, if we close this gap and those resellers come back in for September, October, watch out, right? Totally watch out here if you're a bull. Had we held here, I would have said, yeah, stay in the market a little bit longer. But that is not what happened. Hey, yeah, good to see all of you out there right now. Good to see all of you out there right now. So I think that's all of it here. Did you guys got to see the triggers and all that stuff? Give me a second. I want to move some of this down. Hang tight here. I got a new setup going on in the background. Yeah, let's take a look at. We'll look at Tesla. We'll look at Apple right now. We'll look at whatever you guys want me to look at. I've got some time left. It's 11:36. I gotta go in the next. I gotta be out of here by 12. So, give any questions you got. Go slow. You guys ask tons of questions. I'll go through as many charts as I can for you. So we'll take a look right now at Tesla, and we're gonna take a look. Let me see if I can bring this over here. Trigger screen, right here. So we're going to look at Tesla right now. And we have scare here, right? Like freaking out, right? What's going on with Tesla? I'm sure if you're a Tesla bull, you're freaking out. You're like, oh, it's all bad. It's all terrible, Cap. Doom and gloom for Tesla. That kind of stuff, right? You see Tesla breaking its weekly and its monthly, right? You also see its weekly for the first time beginning to turn down right here. I want you to see this here. Weekly beginning to turn down. Not bullish in any way, shape, or form. Tesla trading 213 right now, right? There was no dip buy on that on this 230, 232, 223, whatever that was, 226. There was no dip buy down there. I bet the question becomes, hey, is this the time to buy the dip cap? And I took a look at Tesla last night, and I was like, you know what? I was like, I'm looking at the general market here, and it looks like it wants to go a little bit lower. And I look at this initial run down here, right? So this initial run down here is what, 170-ish? So this initial run, remember jumping in on this run to go higher? And I'm like, I bet you we can easily take all of that out now, right? I bet you the will of all of these people is gone. And if anything, they're going to be looking to buy a dip even lower. So for Tesla, what you need to know about Tesla right now, okay, is that there is no buy on Tesla. There is none. Zero buy on Tesla. Price target down below, at least 200, if not 184.85, somewhere in there. Can that change for Tesla? Yes, it can. But I'm going to show you what it needs to do to get bullish again, and you're not going to like it. It's going to be like, I'm not taking this trade here, right? Like, you've got no trade right there. You actually need this to come down. Like, you've got work to do. You have, like, you need this to come down right here, right? You need price to come above. So I get some of this going here. You need price to squeeze higher, right? Or even fail right here, right? Come back down right here. And then you need the hourly trigger to come back up. You have a lot of work in here to do to start getting bullish on Tesla. I'm going to warn you this. Like, Tesla, you got work. And you don't want to be a part of this. Maybe you want to day trade this, but I wouldn't want to be a part of it. At any moment, you get sent lower here, no problemo. Any moment, sent lower here, no problemo, right? And you're like out of shit's luck over here, right? So there really isn't like is there a bullish thesis on Tesla right now? There is not. There is no bullish thesis on Tesla as of right now, and there's so much work that needs to happen to begin to get bullish on Tesla again and for that upside move. And I'll tell you what, I'm gonna warn it. When you get the warning, like right down there is now the target. This whole group of people that are down here, right, way down there, they're probably like, yeah, I'm out, right? The people like me, dude, like, you're out, and start breaking down these levels right here. Whoop. Right, you're gonna end up being the last guy over here holding these bags from people that were buying down here. We were buying down here, right? Remember, we were buying down here to go higher. That's where real demand is. And let me show you where that real demand truly is. It's actually way down here. 153. That's true demand for Tesla right now. Trading 212.69. Real demand, way down here. That means you're going to start to consider it up here. Like, begin to consider. Do we catch a bounce? Does it bounce back up and consolidate? Right? Does it bounce here? Does it come back up and consolidate? Does it bounce here? Starts to consolidate. Do you start to see the daily come on underneath, right? Get underneath the weekly. Can we at least get some confidence that we're going higher in here? None of that has happened on Tesla. None of that. There is no dip, except you could day trade it and stuff, but there's no like, yeah, I'm going to throw fucking $350,000 on Tesla right now. Fuck no. There is no dip buy here for you as a Tesla buyer. So Tesla downside target. The ugly 150, 152. You need to also, if you're a Tesla trader, you need to be able to identify, is this an oversold market bounce? So I went over this briefly earlier where I showed you, hey, Rhett, I think it was 13% on market breadth indicator. You get an oversold bounce at 13% or 7%. And that oversold bounce sends us up here, let's say, and the daily trigger is still coming down on you, and it just starts to send you lower here. You have to be aware of that. I need you to be aware. If we turn into a negative regime, like if the market turns negative, if we turn into 2021 again, or 2022, if the market turns into that, you are going to see you will see selling off that daily trigger. This is where the sells will come from, and they'll just be oversold bounces to buy. That'll be it. So be very careful. This breaking underneath the weekly here, turning down over here. If we close this month negative, this blue line right here begins to close negative on the month and turning down with the weekly, I'd be sketchy. I'd be like, yeah, September, maybe not so good. All right. So we want to see where Tesla closes in the month of August. And so make a little note for yourself. That this month Tesla must close over 223. No choice, like must. If it does not close this month over 223, I'm going to get pretty bearish. I'm going to actually get bearish, but I'll be looking for that in the end of month. Tesla, what else you got here? Tesla, thanks for doing this. You're welcome. Just Tesla for today and next week. Okay, we'll do it right now. You ready? Just Tesla for today and this week. Are you ready? Into the close today. I'm going to expect mass selling. You want to know? I'll tell you. I'm going to expect some mass selling into the close. Downside target into the bell today. This is gonna piss you off, right? Target end of day. We're at 212, 201.34. That sounds really sketchy here. Downside target into the close today. 201.34. If you wanted to take a long trade on Tesla today, I'm going to bring this up for you real quick, okay? If you wanted to take a long trade into for Tesla today, you would be buying above 216.57. Buying above 216.57, and you could possibly trade it to you got no trade today. I'm sorry, man. You don't. Hour, 2 hours. 220 up here. Dude, you got nothing. I'm telling you. You got nothing here, man. All of this here is very, very, very bad for you. Like, all of this up here. There are sellers up here, man. Like, you got some major resistance here. Major. This one's going to be down there at some point, but major resistance right there. Major resistance right here. Like get out of here. We're going to keep selling. Your major resistance above is 224.97, 223.87, and then you've got this patch of vol in here at 217.60 and 216.57. So if you're like, hey Cap, I don't believe you were going up into the bell, this is the path that you'd be looking to take right here. You want to know about just today? You could take this trade right here. Let me see if I can make that white for you. If you can hold right there. This is Friday, 1500, 3 p.m. maybe. Maybe you could catch a squeeze up here into the bell. If you can bounce on 217.60, you could possibly catch this up into the close. Hold on a second here. Two minute bull view. Okay, Binky, I got you. Hold on 1 second here. I'll give you 2 minutes for each one. So Tesla, not bullish. I'm not bullish, and Tesla has a lot of work to do. If you want to begin to get bullish on Tesla, price needs to break above 226, hold 226, and begin to make its way higher, right in there. Needs to get above this. No question about it. If it squeezes up here and you're like the guy in the chat that goes, I knew it was going to go up there, I don't care. It's not a high probability trade. It's a risky trade to take. Your not risky trade is the bounce, and then it continues higher. Not the bounce and breaks below. None of that shit. It has to be above that 220. It's 224.97. I said 226, but it's 224.97. So basically 225 you need to be above. If you're a bull, that's what you're looking for on Tesla. Have a look at Bitcoin. Yes, we should look at Bitcoin. If I have the time, I will. Take a look at Tesla. Let me see here. Can you look at Centroids? Are you saying that Tesla looks like dog shit? It does. It does not look good, dude. Can you look at GME as it bottom? Thanks, Cap. Yeah, let's talk about GME. Hold on one second here. We'll do GME, and then we'll go over and we'll do one more market wrap-up so that Binky can post this stuff. Let's look at GME. GME, baby. Is GME able to hold up at $20.46? Fuck no, right? No, it's not, right? You've got you've got a break below hourly or weekly, excuse me. You've got daily breaking over weekly. That's extremely bearish. Do you want to know what happens when that happens? I'll show it to you. I want you to see this cross here, right? This was going into earlier last week. The moment you saw that break and that cross right there, right? You know it's going down, right? With some force. What happens when this cross happens, right? Do you guys know what happens? Let's take a look and see some previous examples of it. When we get those crosses, right? Here's a cross right here. What happens? There's a cross right there, right? Let's look at a prior example of it. You blast down, right? Start sitting on this daily. I was just talking about this with Tesla, right? Starts riding that daily, and then that weekly comes down and goes, nope, we're crossing the monthly, and we're going to go even lower on GME. So if that is the case with GME, you've already broken some support here, right? We got this support right there. It's a 30-minute. There's your prior support. We're heading down there to retest that. Currently, price target $15.57. We got down here already with a cross above, right? Got it down here already and a cross below. Cross below, slammed it down even lower. This time, you ready for the next target for GME? This is going to piss off GME bulls. I know it is. Next target, GME bulls. Well, if you want to get bullish on GME, you need to get above 1886 to begin to get bullish. You have one bar here, which is positive. When you start to see these bars get shorter up here, I'm starting to get bullish on GME. So this one bar right here is looking good for GME. Saying that, though, we'll snap this in and see right here, consolidation, right? You get trapped in here. Break below, and there's your ultimate target, 976. I don't want to say that to you as a GME bull, but here's that cross right there, right? You start seeing stuff like this in here, and it actually wouldn't take that long. It would take a lot shorter time period. Let me just redraw this. Looks better here. And then bam, right there. Not looking good here. Right down there. And even if this, and this is the last part I'm going to say to you about this, right? If you're a GME bull and you see price go higher and it does not break above the daily trigger here. So if you start to see price doing this right here, right, and it's slamming off of the daily trigger, start to see this mellowing out here. not a good sign, right? It's showing that the bulls don't have the will to get higher. You will then see that drop over there and then another drop down here for GME. So GME, right now, is it bullish? No. It needs to be above $20. Has to be above $20. And truthfully, it needs to get above 22.05. Is there a trade today on GME? You might be asking. We're going to go back down to a 1-minute chart and just take a quick peek at it. Is there a trade for GME today? So this is a 1-minute chart on GME. Does GME go up today? I'll tell you this. See how we're squeezing higher? There's a previous example right there. There's a previous example right there. Right? What do we always say when we break above the hourly trigger? It's like a rule. It's like a rule, man. Like you keep this as a rule. It's okay to trade this up. Yahoo, take the money and run, right? Take the money and run. Let it consolidate. Let it get above this previous high right here. Jump in on that trade right there, right? That's where you take your next squeeze long right there, right? You ain't fucking around in here, though, right? Same thing right here, right? Boom, Yahoo took that as awesome. Setting up right now, right? See it setting up for that next squeeze higher, right? So let's say you take a long right now on GME. What are you going to do? You got your stops down here, right? Stops, right? You're long right now on GME. Like if you want to be long right now on GME, you can be long, right? And you're going to look to trade that 1865. But truthfully, what are you looking for? You're not looking for any of this crap, are you? You're actually looking for the squeeze higher, the consolidation, and then the continuation higher to be like, hell yeah, man, we're going way up and we're going to close out some previous stuff. So GME is a 1-minute chart in GME. If you can hold above, if you hold above 1854, your next target to the upside is 1873. Next target after that is 1902. Then you've got another target above here, 1927. Move this one down right here because that's your next one. You got another one right there, and you got another one right here. Next target after that, 1972. 1972, 2017, and then I'm going to expect a major failure right in here. Let's just call it $20. There's 2017 right there. I'm going to find it hard to believe that you get to $20.72. Hard to believe that you get there. I think you might be lucky today if you get above. I think you might if you get above this 1854. And to close you'd be lucky to get 1927. I'll give you that. How about that? 1927 into the close for today. Possible if you can stay above 1854. You do look good on. Oh, no. You do look good on daily velo down here. You look okay on you look okay over here on you're at near zero line on hourly velo. In truthfulness, you need to hold above it. You if you want that next push higher, you need to get above. You need to get above and hold 1854. You have to get above it, retest it, and get that 1 in 5 minute to help you out to get higher today on GME. Thank you. Sorry about that. I've got kids going back to school, and it's a nightmare right now. We've got like tutors and SATs and private school. Like private school. You know how much private school is costing? Take a guess. Take a guess what one student is in private school right now. Somebody in the chat, throw out a number what you think it is. I thought I knew what it was, and I was wrong. It is no joke. It is absolutely no joke. It makes me want to throw up even thinking about it. Take a guess. Yeah, I don't like when it comes to like news. I'm not really a fan of it. I got to be honest with you. I'm not really like someone bought this and someone bought that and Kathy bought this. I'm not really a fan of it. $3,000 a month. Close. It's $41,000. $41,000. 41. Dude, I applied for financial aid. I was like, fucking what? It's like, I don't think I'm going to be eligible, so I think I have to come up with it. I think I got it though. So you got like $41,000 per student. So the younger one, I'm like, you're not going to that school. You're going to a different private school, a cheap private school. But the older one's got 2 years left. So I'm like, yeah, I was like, if you can get into this school and we can afford it, you're going to go for your last 2 years of high school. And then we're doing like a tutor for her too, the older one. Like the older one, SAT tutor. She's got 4 hours a week with an SAT tutor, and she's in a SAT boot camp now for 90 days. And she's got 2 of those lined up, one for junior year and one for senior year, to get like, trying to get her like a 15 or 1600 on her SATs. Not going to be easy. No, I think that, you know what the crazy part is? It's not the math, it's the reading and writing. It's the like context and syntax and all that kind of stuff you only get when you're like a voracious reader, voracious writer. You don't get on a phone or a tablet or the internet's the series of tubes or any of that kind of stuff. If you got kids out there, I'm going to tell you something. Throw all that tablet shit away. I'm going to tell you something like, if you got kids, just get rid of it. I had an epiphany over this past week where I was like, they say they don't need it, but they do. Like they got to read and write. Computers are not good enough. A lot of this has to do with understanding syntax, understanding context, and it's not an easy thing to learn quickly. It's something that takes years. Math can be done quickly. I know some people disagree with that, but math, you can repetitively teach yourself equations and theories and things like this, right? Like repetitively. Quickly learn this. Reading and writing, believe it or not, is like decades. It's a lifelong process. And it's a while. I'm getting off on a tangent right now. It's like whole nother part of this is I was talking to my daughter, and I was like, you know, your kids likely will not, if you have kids, your kids will likely not be able to differentiate between a bot that writes something and a human that writes something. And you're the starting generations of not being able to recognize astroturfing and bot writing. Like they're on the edge where they're comfortable and it feels normalish to read something that's been prepared, even in conjunction or with help from bots. So they're on the cusp right now. If you talk to someone that's older, it's very easy for an older person to say, yeah, that's astroturfing. That's a bot, or someone's trying to push something here, right? It's very easy to see. It's very much like going grocery shopping. If you're used to someone checking you out and you're like, I know what this is. I know what it means to be checked out at a grocery store, and then a new generation has no experience with that. So if you ask someone that's young, hey, do you like someone checking you out on the grocery line? Generally, they're going to say, nah, I don't care. I love self-checkout. It's great, right? That's my only experience. I don't have an experience with someone checking me out. Someone that's older, generally speaking, I know there's going to be one of you in the chat that's going to say, I like self-checkout. But if you look in the past, they used to have like people, like the whole line of people checking you out. They're really fast. They took the job serious, all that other stuff. So that relates back to reading and writing specifically. Is we're talking to my daughter right now with the SAT stuff, and I'm like, you gotta like put down the tablet. Next 2 years, like, 'cause she does lots of reading and writing, but I'm like, these next 2 years, you need to like bury yourself in these books. She reads a ton of books. This summer she read a ton of books, but I'm like, you got to read this stuff so that you can understand context in a conversation or a written word or an essay. What people mean when someone writes you something, what are they trying to convey to you? And they can't go over your head. You can't be there going, I read this and I think they want this, and they actually want something different or something nefarious or something with an undercurrent, or they're trying to tell you something without you knowing. You have to get that hint from people. All right, so sorry for that. GME, we did that. We did Tesla. We're going to go right back really quick and give an outlook for next week for SPY specifically. And this should pertain as well to the market at large. Okay, market at large. Webull. Back on the Webull SPY chart. For next week, today being Friday, right? We are breaking above the half-hour trigger right now on SPY. We have the hourly trigger currently that's at 437.51. I'm going to bring this down for you. I was moving this all around. I apologize. 437.51 right here. So just for today, I'm going to give you the outlook, a 2-minute outlook for SPY today and then into next week. Currently right now, we have a price above the 5-minute trigger. We have a bull plane forming above here on SPY. So upside expectations today. We have the confirmation down here in the 5-minute trigger. Upside target number 1 we've just hit at 430. Excuse me, right now. 430. Hold on a second here. Upside target number 1 has been hit at 435.89. We're now looking for upside target number 2, which is 437.51. Let's see if I can delete some of this stuff. Let's move all this over for you. Move all this over for you. $435.93. Right there. That's PT1. We already hit it. That's PT1 right there. PT2 for today. $437.44. $437.44. Already hit PT1. $445.16. Move this over to next week. PT3. 445.16. All right there. This is for today. Get rid of that stuff right there. I'm going to draw this in for you. Got PT1. Come on now. That's PT1 right. So here's your PT1, PT2 right there. That'd be my expectation for today. Gotta change this to like something smaller. Make this smaller here. Okay, so 2 minutes. 2-minute preview into the close today, expecting an upper range target of 445.16 to the bell. Look out for a rejection today. Oh, hold on a second, I'm moving these again. Look out for a rejection today above at 437.44. Keep that target in mind above here. If we begin to squeeze above 437.44, you're going to want to see it hold. So the initial target here for today is going to be 437.44. You want to break above it to 438.60, hold 437.44, and then begin to try to trade 439.83, and then ultimately a squeeze higher into 445.16. Do I think you get the 445.16? I doubt it. I really do. I think that it's down here. I think your ultimate end of the day goal is 439.83. Into next week, expectation is that we trade higher into next week. We're going to trade 445.50 into next week, and then I'm going to look for the bears to take over. So whether it's something like this, roll back down, settle on the hourly trigger, and then begin to trade this 445.98, 443, somewhere in here next week. And I'm going to look for the bears to take over once again next week into end of the month and begin to trade this down into Friday to that 428 price target for next Friday. One thing I would say is if you're Theta Gang, right where we are right now for next week. So for Theta Gang, right where we are next week, this is kind of your place in here, right? So you set up your flies for next week. If you think, hey, we're going to consolidate and trade sideways in next week, I do a big fat fly with 459, 451, somewhere up in there, probably 450, 452 to 459 on the upside. And then the downside legs would be 428, below 428 and 426, something like that. For that sideways consolidation trade in the S&P 500, you're kind of in the perfect sweet spot right now, right? For this sideways trade for Theta Gang into next week, not going to expect too much of a move higher, and I'm not going to expect too much of a move lower into next week than this 428 down below. What's my thesis here? For bears into next week, if you want a bearish thesis, you need to get underneath 428. Today, you need to get underneath 425, 426. But next week, you want to begin to trade underneath. Let's say you get up there to that 445, sell this down, get underneath that 428, and that's your next leg down to 420. Ultimate price target into end of quarter for bears is going to be that 420. 420 is the target for bears for end of quarter. So we've got almost another week or two left, and then you got another month. So 6 weeks from now, 420 would be the target for bears. Bulls must get above this 443, 445 next week. You must get the hourly trigger to come up and meet you. It's not good enough that you squeeze up here. You need this hourly trigger to come up and give you some support here to go back and go to the scene of the crime to the upside. So no bullishness here for me until we hold above 443, 445 on SPY. No bullishness, none. I don't care if we trade up here and squeeze up here. You got to like hold it and then begin to make your way up. I'll get bullish right there, right? So you get the initial squeeze above, hourly comes up to meet, and then if you want to resume that trade higher, try to close the gap up on high at 459. We can do that, but not until this happens. Onus not on the bulls right now. So in here, consolidation. You got your consolidation numbers, Binky. You've got what you need to be under to start to trade 420. And what my expectations are for next week, for the rest of today. Rest of today and the beginning of Monday would be into like Tuesday or something to try to trade that 445 and try to hold it. Bulls have to do that the next 3 sessions, Friday, Monday, and Tuesday. If you're a seller, you know right now where that number is, 443 by Monday. Right in here by Monday, this is likely going to come down a little bit and meet up with bulls at like 442, 443 by Monday afternoon. So I might even drop this down right now. So right down here, this is going to actually be right here on Monday. Rejection trade just waiting just waiting for bulls come Monday up here. They're going to be waiting up here for it. So let's see how this goes for the rest of today. You guys got any other questions for me? I think that's pretty good. Let's see what you guys got. I think there's an age break on astroturfing. I think there's a true Let me go to the main screen here. I think on astroturfing, I think there's an age break. I think that age break, I don't know if it's Gen X and Gen Y, maybe part of Gen Z, or any of the generations that were born that grew up with the advent of computing, like that mixed. So from what I've read, pre-computer generations can't see it, and just like online generations can't see it. It's like that, those generations that have the mix. From what I've read is that if you were raised without the internet and then raised with the no internet and the advent of the internet. And I want to say if you were born like the 1980s to maybe the 2000, you had both experiences. But I'm missing some of what you guys are saying here. Let me roll some of this over here. It's hard to see. It's not an easy thing. And for kids specifically, it's very challenging for kids, or from what I've experienced, from what kids tell me, it's very difficult for them to see. It's like there's a big blending going on right now. You guys don't see your chats on the video? Are you guys not seeing chat right now? What you're watching, you're not seeing the chat? Someone just said they didn't see the chat. I see you guys. So like Ergo, I see you right now. I see your chat on my screen here. Are you not seeing the chat on the video at home? No, I can see your chat. It froze half an hour ago, and all right, so timeout right now. If you guys are watching the stream right now, is the chat frozen for everybody out there? Oh, you started to tell me 15 minutes? Yeah, I'm fucking past that already. Blew that shit out the water. They did bring me my stuff though. I've got a bunch of like essay work and stuff for these. I got essay stuff for the schooling stuff. You see it, but it froze. Chat froze in Discord. Has my screener froze too, or did the chat and the screener freeze? All right. Just quickly, I'm asking because I've had some internet issues the past week, so doing some other shit. I've had internet issues. Has my screen frozen at all for you? Just chat, or chat and screener froze? I'm asking because I just got a bunch of computers, like brand new, and just got a slew of them. And I haven't gone into my router yet and assigned them priority. So I'm wondering if I've got computers that are like, yeah, I'm number 1 right now with that computer over there. And I need these computers to be like number 4 and 5 and 10. Just chat is frozen. Okay. I'm always behind schedule. It never ends. I'm behind schedule. It's like the norm for me right now. It's the norm. So I had a meeting this morning with a tutor at hold on a second here. I had a meeting this morning. Let me leave it up here for you guys. Hold on here. So I've got like a so right in here, we're gonna keep it on a 5-minute chart here. So I want you to see this right here. Let's get rid of this crap right now. I already did my what to expect next week, so we'll set up a trade. Set up a trade right there. That's another issue I have going on. So I got a Right there. I'm changing brokerages right now. So let me ask you guys a question. Let me ask you guys a serious question. So I put together, this week I had some time off, so I put together a futures trading segment to do with you guys for trading futures. And the only reason I did it was because I moved a bunch of money off of one of my brokerages. I'm not going to say bad things about them, but I did. I was so fucking pissed. Past few weeks, I'm like, I'm going to get off this broker. I'm going to get off this broker. I left an account. Well, I've got a couple trades open on this thing still with options, but I also have left money in an account trading futures on this platform because I don't think I've run into any issues trading futures with these guys. So I was thinking, maybe I'll just leave the money there unless you think there's a better broker. So I trade futures on Tasty Trade right now. Let me know if you think there's a better broker to trade futures on in the chat. Let me know because I'll pull that shit out of there too. Because I'm switching to a prime broker because I can't deal with the fucking order flow anymore. I'm done with it. I'm seriously done with the order flow shit. Like the order flow selling, to be more specific. So right down in here, I'm gonna watch this right here and see if there's a dip buy down in here. Yeah, Tasty, man. I'm not happy with them right now. I'm not going to disparage them because they've got great customer service. But that's one of the problems right now I'm having is that I have to call and be like, what the fuck did you do? And I'm tired of that. I'm just tired of the order flow. So I know they sell order flows, so it's glaring right now. Yeah, Tasty Butt. Yeah, IB is good. I've had good experiences with them. I haven't traded with them in a while, but I do like interactive brokers. I do like them. Yeah, I like interactive brokers. I'm down with them. Okay, so it's just the chat. Good. Just the chat. My screen chat froze though. All right, I'll look into that. I could be the computing that I'm doing. I've been making a lot of changes to my computing and like new monitors, new computers, all that kind of stuff. I got to trying to set up a stream that's always up no matter what. I had to return one of my computers that I bought because it was shitty. Let's keep our eyes right there. You can see that right there, right? See that right in there. It's kind of like the place to buy a dip. And if it fails, there's a little bit more down there. You see that right there? A little bit more right there. Yeah, getting front run is your way of life. Dude, I've had some it started getting worse like 3 months ago. Hasn't been bad the past couple weeks, but 3 weeks ago it was out of control. I was like chasing to open, chasing to close. I lost $5,000 or $6,000, I think. Might have been less. $5,000 or $6,000. It was like 56 or 5,700, I think. I didn't close the trade, and I got it back. They gave me back the money, but that doesn't matter. Shouldn't have to fucking call these guys to have that shit happen. Where they packaged me in between 4:15 and 6 p.m. Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody. Dude, what is going on here? Can I do hearts and stuff? Nope. Can't do that. I have to sign in on this thing. Let's see if we can get a dip buy down here. Right down there, if we can get one. Let me open this up. They already got that PT1 right there. That was 435.93. The front running is brutal. I haven't seen it. I saw it like 2.5, 3 years ago. I was having problems with the front. I was having problems with the actual app, and I had some front running issues. Then it seemed to go away, and then only recently have I seen it glaring again. So I'm going to show you guys what I'm looking for here. You guys already seen that. Be looking for this here. I'd be looking for this here. I would take the trade right there. Right? The second thing that I'm looking for would be the blast down right here. Confirmation. Right in there. Clean that up a little bit. Either of those. Let me switch over to the 5-minute view. Almost getting the cross right now. You see it? Almost getting that cross. Almost there for the cross to the upside move. I'm probably going to need to do another talk. I was like, we'll do 3. I was like, we'll do 3, but we should probably do one more video. So we'll do one more video if I'm going to re-enter the market or not. So if I re-enter the market or not, whenever we know the correction is over, we're going to do one more private live stream and see if I buy the, now I want to buy the SPY, and I have a hard decision coming if I'm going to buy the SPY or not. So we'll do that video if the correction is proven to be over at any point. Move that over so you can see it. Move that over so you can see it. No trade right now. And I'm still holding. I've got a 440Cs. I got a fucking 50 pack of those things. Like 3 cents, 4 cents or something. Still have that trade on. They got burned like right on the open this morning. So I was like, fuck it, they stay on all day. Lilly up right now. Google's still down. Microsoft coming flat. Apple coming flat. Amazon coming flat. Tesla only down 1.18% right now. Nice bounce in oil. Some of the financials coming back right now. Dealers don't want to pay out. Dude, dealers are fucking brutal right now. They're absolutely. I had puts yesterday. I was trading with Binky really quick. Yesterday I was trading with Binky, and I'm like, I got fucking puts here that are like, so they said puts that I was like, I want 30 cents. So I put a limit sell on puts. They wouldn't give me the 30. They're like, 26, take 26. How about 27? Take 27? I'm like, no. So then I'm like, then they're like, how about surprise? We'll bring it down to 21 for you. How about that? How about go fuck yourself? And I'm like, God damn it. So I put a sell order in at 26, I think, or 27. Went back down, filled to 26, and I was like, okay, we're done. 3 minutes later, blast down 32, 33 cents. I'm like, how can I tell? How do I like slippage? I find slippage in the options chain. I find slippage in the options chain usually. Like pennies, like 2, 3, 4 pennies. But it means a lot. It's like it means a lot. It can be like the difference between a winning trade and a losing trade. I'm talking about the slippage. I'm talking about the pay for order flow. So basically what they do is when they're selling order flow, it's like they're offering you an option, let's say for 5 cents, but it's only worth 3 cents, right? So you buy that option at 5 cents, immediately drops down to 3 cents. That's a very stupid way to describe it, but that's what does happen. And there's been claims at different times that amount of money fluctuates with what they think they can get away with until it's back in the public eye again, and then they're like, oh yeah, we're not going to do this right now. We're only going to make a couple pennies. Then when they're not looking, they're like, yeah, we're going to make 5, 6 pennies, right? And then of course it's like under the microscope again, and then it goes back down to 1 or 2 pennies. I'll see it sometimes in brokers. I haven't run a test recently, but when it was really bad a couple of years ago, I had opened, I think, 5 brokers at one time, prime brokers, and then like Robinhoods and Weebles and Tasty, and you could see variations in the fills, right? You'd see like a 2, 3, 4 penny variations. Saying all of that, when I put spreads on, I oftentimes will call my broker for a spread, and I will say to them, I want this price on this leg, and can you do that for me? And it's not the price published. It's usually lower, and they say yes to it. So I know they've got room even on their end to say yes to a trade. Like, hey, this trade, or this is at 27 cents. Can I get it at 24? And they will. They will. I shouldn't tell you that, but don't go call on your brokers and make it bad for the rest of us. But you can call your broker and negotiate a price, believe it or not. I don't know if you know that or not, but you can. Yeah, you got it. Prime brokers tend to be less, well, not tend to. Prime brokers don't sell flow. They back it by their money in their bank. So if you're like trading options on a prime broker, it's usually a better price, and you can usually even get a better price just by what it's showing. Other times you can just call. Yeah, I've been following U.S. Steel. They've been doing great. I would look at U.S. Steel as what was the I can't remember who this was. Do you remember the hospital or the biotech deal that was going to happen? And we had the initial squeeze up in that company, and then it stayed up. Was it biotech, or was it a online tutoring company? I can't remember. But it just stayed up, and then it continued on when the deal was closed. So I forget what that ticker was. We were looking at it months ago, and I was like, nope, it had squeezed up, and I think someone said it's risky here if the deal falls through, and it just kept stair-stepping higher and higher. I forget what ticker that was. Mm-hmm. Any of the prime banks, any of the big boys. Any of the prime banks. Prime brokers are prime banks. So if you're trading stock through a prime bank, well, like your JPMs, your GSs, any of the big boys, anyone that backs the underlying with actual cash, has large cash reserves on hand. One second here. Turn that off. What am I looking for here? Right there. Next week, we've got nothing scheduled for today, nothing scheduled for next Monday. We do have the old guys. They're going to send Sturgis is going to send all the hookers up to Wyoming for the old men to get together and bang hookers. So we've got that coming up next week. We've also got existing home sales on Tuesday. You've got on Wednesday S&P Flash Services PMI. And then Thursday, you get the Fed officials interviews from the Jackson or from the Hookers Hole up in Jackson, Wyoming. Great place, by the way, if you've never been there. Oh, wait a minute here. Hold on here. We're in the 1 minute trigger. A little bit of squeezing going on before I continue with this. I got to check the 5 minute here. Oh, dude, right there. All right, I'm long right there. Right there, bruh. Right in there. First PT right there. Make that PT1 now. This is the new PT right there. 436.41. This PT2 right here. 437.44 right up here. So we've got Jackson Hole. And what's Jerome going to do? We already know, right? He's going to be like, I did my job. He's going to do the mission accomplished. He bought time for the market, right? Is that what you guys think that that's what he's going to do when he goes out there to Wyoming? That's what I think that he's going to do. Yeah, we talked about leaps on U.S. Steel last week, right? I think on Monday we talked about just putting some leaps on. I'm for that trade, so it'll become. I'll say two things. If it falls through, you know where X is going, right? To the fucking dumpster. We know that. We also know that whatever that promise is, what X will be, if it is under the umbrella, then we know it's going to go to the moon. We also know that it will become the most shorted stock in the stock market. I would expect. I would expect that to happen. So the other idea on X would be make sure you have a price target. Be like, I want to hit this number, and I'm going to take the money and run, because I'm assuming at some point that 437s aren't what I'm on right now. So like X, we can look at X if you want. Didn't I look at leaps with you guys on stream on Monday? I swear I said like January 25. I forget the numbers that I gave on those. I didn't buy them myself, but trading 48 right now. If you want to know what it'll look like, it's a 1 minute ticker right now, what I'm expecting, what I'm hoping happens. Some kind of failure in there. Kind of new high right there. And then a target right there. So then on Thursday, we've got the Fed officials interviewing from Jackson Hole. You've got claims, all a bunch of good vol. We've got Powell speaking on Friday at 10:05. This is great vol back here too. Oh, hold on a second here. What's going on? We've got some good vol down here. This is the Powell giving his opening speech. You've got good vol right here on Thursday at 10. So I'm gonna expect next week. I'm gonna expect it to be pretty bad into that Thursday, Friday. I'm not gonna expect it to be good. Still long right now. Have not sold. What else do we have here? Back to the heat map. Oracle's up 0.74% right now. Just a heads up on that one. Netflix up 0.2 or 52%. 12:37. Please don't. If I'm like thinking to myself, I'm like, please don't pin me in this chop in here. Like, please don't do that. I have to end the broad. I could leave the broadcast up. I think. I have a meeting. I have 2 meetings. I've got a dev meeting at some point, but then I have a larger meeting I have to do. But I might be able to leave the stream up. It's possible. What are you guys asking? What am I missing here? What are you asking for, Raj? No, you have to go back and watch. You have to go back and watch. You have to go back, Raj. You need to like stop right now and go back and watch the original video in the series. Just watch that video. There's a 3-part. You're in a 3-part series. You just go back and watch video 1, then watch video 2, and then watch this video, I guess, and you'll get your answer. Yeah, we talked about X2. Yeah, you have to go back and watch those videos. If you're asking like, do we reject off hourly trigger? We do. We reject off hourly and half-hour triggers right now. The half-hour trigger or the hourly trigger, Raj, is right here. That's where it is. So do you want to write that in here, maybe? So hourly trigger is right here, brother. Does that help? Maybe that helps. So hourly trigger is right there. Yeah, does that help you, brother? I don't really ever hold calls or puts on triggers anyways. Like I'll wait till we reject below it or accept higher. Like I take the money and run up there. Like I don't ever stay in like if we're coming into the hourly trigger, I never hold it anyways. I'm like, I'm out. If we're coming down into the hourly trigger, I'll put risk on. If we're above hourly trigger, if I come down into hourly trigger, I'll put risk on if velo matches with it, if velocity matches with it. If it doesn't, I'll put it on and I'll have stops, like hard stops underneath, so I don't get like taken to the cleaners or anything like that. Just consolidation right now. I'm watching it here in the background. I'm just sitting on the half-hour trigger right now. I'm just waiting for the squeeze. Maybe I can show you guys this. I can switch over. So right now, still looking kind of bearish down here, right? Pretty negative down here. Minus 18-ish. Minus 25. That's what I'm looking for. So just right here. The trade that I'm looking for is this trade right here. See it right there? 437, some change. You see that trade right there? That's the trade I'm looking for. This is the trade that I'm long in right now. So as long as we go up there, we're good. We begin to red bar it down, right? There's where my stops are. So just switch it over to the regular chart right here. So just so you can see it. I'm looking for that, right? Get the little failure right there. Up there. Get above and hold it, and then a big squeeze right there. This is that trade right there. Give me a quick second here. Like, we gotta get this shit done. I'm like, I'm gonna turn this. I need to turn this fucking stream off. Live streams will be back up again on Monday. Let's talk about earlier this week. We're gonna have a quick conversation here. So for this is a great trade. Trading 54 cents right now. So we're going to talk about what happened on Monday. So on Monday, right, I bought 0 dates on Monday. And my thesis is, hey, we're going up into this bell, not down, right? Now, my calls that I was in, I was DCAing, right? And trading 57 cents right now. So I'm DCAing, right? And the chat, specifically on Twitch, no offense to Twitch either, I love Twitch, but Twitch chat was extremely bearish, like, hey, we're going down into this bell. We're going to go down in the depths of hell on Monday. I believe it was Monday. And I had an issue with that. So I don't want to be like, when I'm reading the chat, I'm reading someone saying it's going down. I got like thousands of fucking dollars on this trade. Now, if I had sold that trade, I would have lost a significant amount of money. I don't mind bearishness in the chat. I'm okay with the bearishness in the chat, but when it starts to get like a cacophony, I'm like, it's a little bit too weird. And so I held those calls into the bell, and I didn't make money, but I didn't get my ass handed to me. And we blasted up into that close, like blasted, like rip faces into the first 5 minutes of after the close. Those calls went to like, I think 26 or 27 cents. I could be wrong. It's like, I was at like 9 to 17. I started taking the money off the table. And I think afterwards it went even higher. No, that's not really the point. The point is that I don't know, like there's always someone in the chat that's right? That's the key. Someone's always right in the chat. Whenever they're wrong, they disappear. And then someone else will say, look, I was right? Well, I'm sitting here trying to trade, and I'm reading the chat, and I'm like, this chat's getting a little out of hand right now. Now, there were some other points about that chat as well that I actually went back to read through the chat. There's a bunch of stuff that I made mistakes on, too. So someone had brought up NDX and NDS. I didn't realize this, but let me show you guys something really quick. Something fucked up. Watch me not be able to recreate it right now. So on the trigger screen, well, it's a couple things. First, I look at NDX on Webull on a different screener. So I've got a screener like way up here over here that shows me all the subsectors. So like I look at Dixie, I look at HYG, I look at Dixie, HYG, VIX, I look at NDX. I like NDX because it moves slow. It's easier for me to see it. But I have a chart down here that shows, and it was delayed. And what I didn't notice was that, let's see if I can recreate it right now. So, perfect. I'm going to do it right now for you. So I want to show you guys something. So I'm going to go to, let me bring SPY up over here. Trigger screen. All right, so this is the, am I on the right screen right here? Okay. So I want you guys to see something here. How do I bring this down for you? How do I do this? Let me see if I can do it this way, maybe. So I didn't realize, I'm just going to bring something up here. So when I type in NDX here, right? I type in NDX and I hit enter. Watch, yeah. So it brings up NDQ for me right here, right? This is real time. This is real time NASDAQ, NDX, real time NASDAQ. If you type in NDX, watch me type in NDX, right? Hit the enter, and it brings up NDQ. So this is real time NASDAQ. I think possibly on Monday, I had typed in NDX, and then I clicked on it or something like that. Maybe I had done that or something like that. So I'm still looking at real time on a different chart, but the one that you were looking at down below was possibly the delayed version, not the real version. Normally, when you hit NDX, you just hit enter, and it's automatically NDQ. So let me know if you were the person that was discussing that or whatever. I appreciate you saying something. Now, getting back to the chat. Let's get back to the chat really quick because we're not done with the chat in Monday. And I'm going to be honest with you. I'm going to talk to you guys about something here. That's very important. So, streaming, there's a couple of things that you guys need to realize here. So, streaming, okay? Most people do not stream. I have to say something to you guys. Most people do not stream 5 days a week, year round. They just don't. They don't do it for 8 hours a day, 7 hours a day, 6 hours a day. They don't. And when they do, they take breaks. They take like summer vacation, spring vacation, that kind of stuff. So you've got me here 5 days a week, in and out at 9 o'clock in the morning, 9:30, whatever, 10 to 4 or 5, whatever, if it's a long day or something like that. So you guys have me here with you a lot of time. So when I'm here with you that much, right? And then I come in on a Monday and I'm watching this chat go crazy, right? The chat's just going fucking bananas all day long. It's like, what are these people talking about right now? I'm not quite getting what's going on here. And I don't know if people realize that I'm day trading 0 dates. So you've got trades that are a week out, a month out, 6 months out, year out, right? You got underlying. I've got stops on fucking stock and all that kind of stuff. I even have, well, I don't have it on. I've got half of it on right now. I actually closed out the sold calls yesterday. I've got spreads out there right now. It's like there's different time frames that we're looking at depending upon what we're trading. So you have to like kind of be, like number one, you have to kind of be like, well, what are we trading here, right? Is the market overall going down? Yeah, we know that. How far is the market going down? Yeah, we know that. I felt like, I was like, yeah, I did these videos, these private videos, so that people know where we are in the market, so I can't be told, hey, he knows where we're going or knows where we are or know there's a risk of a rollover. And then we're day trading. So you got like the bearish for the downside, and you've got where are we actually going today at this moment. There's a big distinct difference in that stuff. Now the chat, it's going back, because staying in this fucking chat from Monday. So I'm here with you guys day in, day out, okay? Trading with you guys with no breaks. And so when I'm reading the chat on Monday, you know, I'm looking at the chat from Monday and some of it on Friday of last week and some of the past week. And I'm like, you know, I spend a ton of time doing this. I had some people this week said something to me about making money or something off of subscriptions and stuff. And I was like, you guys don't understand the cost this costs me to do. Like, the time is unbelievably valuable to me to not be streaming. I don't want to say that, but like, I don't need to stream. And the stream costs me money. It costs me time, like stupid time that's very expensive. And it also costs me a ton in other things like services. Like, every month I get bills in that you guys actually pay for. When you guys are tipping and you guys are donating and you guys are subscribing, your money actually goes towards, most of it goes towards that stuff. I still have to pay taxes, still have to pay to have the accounting done, like the equipment, the services, the fucking goddamn fiber bullshit, all the other shit I got to pay for. So, you know, like, there's this question about like, you know, why, like, or did I say to myself? So I'm like, yeah, do I need to be here? Like, these fucking people need me here? I'm like, because I don't fucking need to be here. I'm not going to be a douche about this, but I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I don't fucking need to be here. I can be off fucking trading on my own, hanging out with friends, my wife, kid. The other thing, too, is like my wife and kids, you know, like, they got school starting up and I'm not there for them and that kind of stuff. So if it's like, if it's going to be like that, I'll just take a week off, you know? Rather than, if you guys like happier when we're going up all the time, you're not going to be happy when we're going down, any of that kind of stuff, then, you know, maybe it's time to take a break. And sometimes it might be you guys that want to take a break too. Like, hey, you know what? Captain will take the break from live streaming. I'll go trade on my own, make a bunch of money, and I don't need to see his show anymore, right? So that kind of works for me too. I'm not trying to be, I guess this is coming off as assholey, but I need to say it to you guys because when we go back to the live stream on Monday, hopefully I'm refreshed. So from my end, I have like thicker skin on Monday, right? I need to have thicker skin, take a break. The other thing that I need to do, I've got a bunch of shit I got to do for my family, which I've been getting done this week, so that makes me happy too. And then the other side of it too is I need moderators in the stream chats to make sure that the conversations are constructive, up or down, I don't care, just constructive. So maybe I have to look towards demodding people, or just reaching out to find people that can take a more active role in moderating YouTube and Twitch actively through the day. If that doesn't happen, if we can't find that in the community to do, I'm gonna have to do something else. So if I do something else, I'm gonna tell you what it is. It's gonna be like $10 or $20 to talk in the chat. We just won't have anybody in the chat. You guys will be like, "Fuck you, Cap. I ain't paying that." So we'll do that. There's answers to this issue. So I don't know what the answer is. I think the positive answer, like the way to go answer, is we get some more active moderating. So, and this active moderating is not the kind of modding that you guys do. That's where you open up Streamlabs, like a Streamlabs dashboard in the background. And if you're watching the stream all day long, you're actually in there moderating the chat. And for all kinds of good stuff too. Like we got a bunch of like tools and stuff we don't use, and polls we don't use, and games that we don't use, questionnaires we don't use, all that kind of stuff. So there's like another side, a whole other positive side to this. So we'll see how that goes. And I'll be honest with you, at some point, right, we can just take it private. We can just do the live stream private. So if it comes down to doing a private live stream at this point with like 10 people or 100 people, I'm down with that too. I don't care if it's 5 people. I don't care if it's just Joe and I or whoever it is. Or if we have recorded videos at nighttime and the stream is private, something like that, we can do that. So I don't care how we do it. So one way or another, it's gonna get fixed. Yeah, I can't. This is here's the other wild part. So there's like other shit here. Like I gotta like air the dirty laundry. You guys have to understand that. You guys probably don't understand. So I'm just like sitting here with you. I'm in a trade right now, right? I got like a trade going on over here, right? I got like it's like someone playing music, right? I've got like a sound coming into my ear. I got to pay attention to. I've got fucking news squawk going on in the background. And then I've got a chat that I'm trying to read. And then, of course, there's requests. And then I got to like, hey, you want to get in the Discord? Hey, you want to, get free levels every day? Hey, you want to do this? And then, of course, I'm trying to like watch a bunch of other screens back here to make sure that I'm doing everything that I need to do to do a stream for you guys. So like then all of a sudden you get thrown like like a boomerang question like, hey Cap, you want to talk about this? Or hey Cap, you want to talk about that? I'm like, dude, I'm in the middle of a trade right now. Like I'm like making sure that I'm making money here, right? So I guess the other option here would be talk to an old friend of mine that said maybe I just go back to doing just swing trades and not day trade with you guys. So there's that option too. If I did that on live stream, I would be able to dedicate more time to what your needs are and not me trading as much. I would stop trading as much and just focus on what you guys are doing. So there's another way we can do this. There's some other answers to this conundrum so that you guys aren't getting pissed in the chat. You guys aren't like, hey, you're not seeing this, you're not seeing that kind of stuff. And I'm not like, yeah, I'm not trying to get smoked in this zero dates today. Still up right now by a couple pennies, so we'll see what happens. Never took the money here. Looking to see if we can go higher here or not. I don't want to see this break here. If we start to break, I'm going to cut it loose. Was making money up here, but I don't want to see this hold and go higher. Still long right now. I'm watching this here in the background. No money here, right? No money. Yeah, like if I just do the swing trades, then I can focus on day traders. That was the recommendation was maybe if you stop day trading, you can help other day traders because I don't really need to be day trading either. It's like I make enough money. I don't need to necessarily be day trading. So it's a thought, something to think about. I haven't made a decision on it, but let's take a look at the 5-minute chart, see what's going on here. So this is a 5-minute chart right now. Still long. They're torching these. They're torching the value though. At the same time, down to 40 cents right now. And I bought this bar down here. Actually bought calls right here. And I'm actually upside down right now with this red bar. So they're torching my calls right now. I'm adding to a position right now. Now I'm adding at 37 cents or 38 cents. I'm going to stay right here and just watch this. Make sure that gets held. Still long right now. Do not want to see our closing bars underneath this green bar right now. We'll find out. HYG looking kind of weak here. Dixie looks like it wants to roll over. NDX looking kind of weak here, so we'll find out quickly if I get stopped out of this. VIX still bloodbathing it, trading 1755. Apple checking its 2070 EMA. SPY checking, or why do I have SPY up over there? Tesla, or is that? No, wait a minute. Watching Tesla to see if it will hold right here or not. Do not want to see red closing bars right here. Below this green box. Any red closing box or bars down here, don't want to see them. It's like I don't want to see shit like this, shit like that, any of that kind of nonsense. If I start to see that, we'll close out. Switch to the 5-minute chart here. Still testing it. I'll launch that right now. My finger on the sell button here. Still long here. Switch over to the 5 minute and just check it. Still long. I want that fucking push, man. Like, I want that fucking, this isn't good enough for me. I want that whole thing.
Total rig 642, 642.
At a DCA now of 40.
Oil rigs 520, 520.
Come on, baby. Trading 38 now, almost flat. I'm going to take a break here and I got to read this really quick. I got a meeting coming up. Almost flat right now. Yikes. That's a no-go. Trading 42 right now. 41. No. I got more writing. So I'm reading some essays for my kids right now. And I'm like, this isn't going to cut the mustard. Up 4 cents right now. All right, I got to read this shit. I'll be here, but just give me a second. I got to read through this stuff. Now you might be wondering. My finger on the cell here. Sweating bullets here. Look up. I'm reading a story right now from my oldest daughter in the background, right? And it's a all right, we got to rewrite this. I don't know if I can read this. Yeah, it's 1 o'clock right now. I'm missing a meeting. Today's OPEX, and I'm probably going to pin us above 4350, SPX below 46 or something. I don't know if I agree with that. Is it John H? I think we can blast down easily, just as much as blast up. We've got dealers are short vol, so this could easily go to the depths of hell. Oh, there I go. I'm going to get stopped right here. Here's my stop's going to come up here in just a second. There it is. All right, I'm flat. I'm out. Goodbye, SPY, baby. Okay, so it's 1:10 in the afternoon here. I've got meetings going on. I said I was going to stop this stream at 12, and it's 1, and I'm not going to wait for this until the end of the day. So I'm flat right now. I'm out. I think I lost 29 cents there, so I lost 6 pennies on that trade. So I'll get with you guys again on Monday for the live stream. I don't think I can leave this stream up for you. I didn't want to originally. I just want to do the what to expect in the next week and what to expect in the correction. So if you've watched these 3 videos, you might get one more video. You see the expectation for the downside targets you see the expectation of the downside targets into end of quarter at 420. You also see that 432, 428 target is still there. You see PMO, PPOs not showing they were at bottom yet. You also see market breadth had a liquidation trigger that was triggered at 30 and then triggered at 20 as well. We're trading 13.8, I think, right now in market breadth indicators. So can it have more down to go into next week? Absolutely, I think so. You know where we need to be for a bullish bias. You need price to get above that 443, 445, and have hourly trigger come up and support above the daily trigger. Until that happens, there really isn't a bullish thesis. If anything, bears want to be stepping in at that 443, 445 next week and sell it down into that 428, 426. So I'm going to wrap this up with you, and I will be back with you guys on Monday at 9:30 in the morning. If you have any questions, I'm going to start reading the chat, and let me know questions before I end the stream. Anyone else? No? Going once? Going twice? I can't see shit in the chat, so maybe I'm missing something here. Let me go into the live stream and see. I'm missing everything you guys are saying here. I think maybe the chat's all fucked up on Streamlabs. I don't know. I just saw BD just said something. Okay, you guys have a great weekend. I'll see you guys